5-amino 1-MQ or NAD plus supplementation. So NAD supplementation is really popular right now and for just reason. I mean, NAD plus is essential for energy production. NAD plus is essential for fat metabolism, for muscle recovery, and even for brain health. So it makes sense that people are taking NAD plus, sorry, supplements, and that can be pills, patches, even the very expensive IV therapy. And I did look into myself sourcing an NAD plus supplement, either NAR or NMT or the like. But I chose to go with the more expensive, cost me a lot more, 5-amino 1-MQ. And this is why. NAD plus is essential for energy production via its role in mitochondrial health. But what if you're wasting it? So here we go. 5-amino 1-MQ blocks NNMT. NNMT is elevated with inflammation, with insulin resistance, with fat, with obesity, and with age. NNMT ramps up with age. What does NNMT do? One thing it does is steals NAD plus. So if your NNMT levels are elevated because of any of the aforementioned reasons, then it is stealing NAD plus. So you have less NAD plus. So now, say you've got the scenario, so now you're taking one of the fabulous supplements, the pills, the patches, the very expensive IV therapy, but it's a little bit like pouring water into a tin can that's got holes in it, because still, if your NAD, your NNMT is being overexpressed, if it is elevated, it's stealing the NAD plus. So even though you're supplementing it, you haven't fixed the reason, you haven't fixed the leak. Let's put it like that. So with 5-amino, we can block NNMT. NNMT, when it's elevated, steals NAD. If it's inhibited, then your own NAD plus levels can flourish. You block the leaks. Also, my issue with, sorry, I don't know if you could hear my dogs barking or not. So the NAD plus supplements, one thing NAD plus doesn't absorb orally that well. Most of the supplements, you've got the NAD plus or the NR or the NMN. These supplements break down, so it's questionable how effective they are on a cellular level. And again, the supplementation doesn't address why your NAD plus levels are low in the first place. So if NNMT, sorry for all the acronyms, if NNMT is overactive, as it often is with obesity, aging, chronic inflammation, then you're not fixing the root cause of the low NAD plus, and just supplementing it could be somewhat wasteful if NNMT is just going to steal it away. I looked at the NR supplements, I looked at the NMN supplements, and I actually went with the 5-amino 1-MQ because, again, this is going to block the NMT that's robbing the NAD plus. So if you can inhibit that, then your own NAD plus levels can flourish. And then sure, if you want to supplement on top of that, knock yourself out. But you got to plug the leaks beforehand. Or it makes more sense to me than, the supplements are just going to be a bit of a waste if an elevated NNMT levels are just going to steal that NAD plus away. So hopefully that makes sense. And that's why I went for me, it was much more expensive route for me to go, but it just made more sense. So 5amino.com if you want to find my supplement. But yeah, 5-amino 1-MQ over NAD plus supplements. It was a no-brainer for me, but I'm not saying that you can't then supplement with NAD plus. Yeah, but you want to get to the root cause of why your own NAD plus is being lowered. And if it is being lowered because of elevated NNMT, which it is for anybody who's got inflammation, insulin resistance, or simply, in my case, being older, I want to fix that first before I supplement anything. 5amino.com.